Purpose to practice. Purpose to practice is a liberating structure that is a really good tool for planning any activity or program. It kind of steps us through the necessary steps for planning a good event or program or any initiative or task. It's really a great way to bring a group together to do some planning. Let's take a look. So just click here on the demo meeting, and then in the meeting itself, we'll add a new activity and we'll select purpose to practice. And here you'll notice that purpose to practice allows you to select a few things. You can enter your name and the prompt. We've defaulted those, but again, please customize them for your purposes. Is there something specific that you're planning? Put that in the prompt. Let's get really, really crisp so that they really understand our purpose and why we're here, why we're together. You can change the ideas per category and the votes per category. We actually allow that to be adjusted here. Ideas per category are going to be how many people can create in each of the buckets. So purpose, practices, structure, etc. And the votes will be like when we're down selecting and voting, how many votes do people get in each one. So if you got a lot of people, you might want to restrict the votes. If you have less people, you might want to give them more. It really depends on how much you want to constrain it down. So I'm going to leave these at the defaults. And then I want to just point out that this is a note and vote derivative. Sorry, a note and categorize derivative. So if you have a premium account, you can recreate this activity and change some of these values. So we've got it set to parallel, and we've got round robin sharing off. If you wanted to do it in serial, or if you want it round robin on, or you wanted to customize some categories, you can recreate this using note and categorize if you have a premium subscription. So I'm just going to hit cancel. So, and also I will point out to you that looking at the settings is a great way to remind yourself on how it works before you run it. It's always good to test it and get familiar. You can have a participant window open right, side by side and another tab and test it out. But this is actually a nice quick reference. If you forget if it's serial or parallel or what have you. So parallel means that they're going to see purpose, practice, participants, structure, and principles all at the same time, and they can just like add them. And then of course we've got voting turned on, so there'll be a voting step. And then round robin shares off, so we're not going to go round robin individual. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this. And I'm going to go ahead and send this activity to our participants. And let's take a look here. So as I mentioned, this is parallel, so you can see all the activities one at a time. So just in the spirit of time, I'm going to just say purpose, principles, structure, practices, and what did I leave out? Participants. Can't leave out the participants. All right. So here we are. Participants, practices, structure, principles, and purpose. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump down to the other browser I have going here and just kind of create some stuff so that you can see it coming from multiple people. So I've just got my Firefox here. Bear with me while I set this up. Okay, cool. We've got now 2 users, and we can see here all participants have categorized. So you can see Dee and Douglas have both categorized, so we're good to go. So we could start voting here. So, it's good to, confirm with your participants. So I can see here in the app, but also good to just check with them. So I'm going to go ahead and start the voting. And once we do, we'll see, okay, now we have 2 votes per. Technically, I think we allowed up to 4, but it's smart enough to say, well, there's only 2 things to vote on. So, I'm going to vote in each category, and I'll just do kind of simulate the votes not being totally full there. And then we'll see, okay, well, that's not entirely true. I'm not sure why that is the case. I see what's going on. So there's have to file a bug report on that, but the feedback mechanism is expecting them to cast all their votes, which we can we'll tweak that because it's nice to have feedback as soon as people start voting. And we're going to review our results. And here we can see that we got 2 votes on this, 1 vote on this, 2 on this, 1 on that. And so that's how we can see all the votes on our final stage. And we can download a CSV. We can print our results. We can also send our results to LiveScribe or copy the results if we're going to paste them out to a Google Doc or somewhere else. And just a tip on facilitating this, I usually will walk the team through purpose, principles, and one at a time, kind of explain these things. It's kind of fun, to do it in parallel. It moves a little faster. Also, you find some people really gravitate toward structure, and some people really like principles. And so filling the stuff out that really speaks to them first allows them to kind of flesh it out more. And then, of course, we can have dialogue out loud while people are filling them out quietly. And so ideas, people are collaborating, whatnot, but they're all recording their own individuals. And then when it all comes together for voting, it's, they've got a lot to react to and select from. Excellent. Well, that is Purpose to Practice. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.